the crowd, I hear your voice in the hum, the echo of you in the beat of a drum. Every hello carries someone's goodbye. We're all walking shadows of a love that won't die. I reach far, I reach wide, feel your warmth on the other side. We are threads of light, weaving through the night, tied to the stars, to the ones out of sight. Every touch, every tear, every laugh, every fight, we are threads of light. We are threads of light. We are threads of light. On the wire at dawn, black wings shoulder to shoulder. One call, then the flock moves like a single holder. They know the winter path, they know the hidden field. They keep the herd among them and never break the seal. If one falls, they turn. If one calls, they come. Carrying the amber till the dark is done. Raven circle, hold me in your ring. Raven circle, teach my heart to sing. One for all and all for one, under moon and rain. Raven circle, call me back again. They trade the same bright glance like secrets past and cold. Guarding the young ones close on the cold and open road. I saw them on the fence like elders in the wind. No king above their heart, oh, just a vow to not unbend. If one turns left, the whole sky turns. If one keeps watch, the whole night learns. Raven circle, hold me in your ring. Raven circle, teach my heart to sing. One for all and all for one, under moon and rain. Raven circle, call me back again. Maybe faith is feather, maybe love is black and bright. Maybe every soul needs shelter in the long blue edge of night. So when I lose my way, let the old storm find me. I'll follow that dark blessing where the wild ones find me. Raven circle, hold me in your ring. Raven circle, teach my heart
Hey everyone, welcome. So you are the Ravens. What do you think? This is your new name. Welcome everyone. Hey, I'm going to say hello to a few people. Hey Robin, welcome. Thank you for being an amazing moderator. And who else have we got? Let's just have a look here. So just trying to find the chat again. There we go. Welcome, Daff Mentz. Thank you. Welcome. Good to see you. So just to let you know, we have got Here Comes Karma, who is still breaking her boots in as a moderator. So please, let's all, first of all, give her loads of support. She's doing this for the first time. So welcome, Essie. Good to see you. Welcome, Deborah. Good to see you. Welcome, Cookies Corner. Good to see you. Welcome, Donna Carranza. Good to see you. Welcome, D. Goodman. Great to see you. Who else have we got? Chrissy, Angel Sanford. Great to see you. It seems like you're all kind of liking the new chat community name. You are the Ravens, and you are the Raven Circle. So I just thought it was kind of appropriate. They're quite mystical creatures, and also a group of ravens is called a conspiracy, which is also kind of relevant. So anyway, what we're going to do now is invite the amazing DA onto the stage.
I don't know about amazing.
I think you're amazing.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
You've got personal experience with ravens, haven't you?
Well, I mean, I haven't befriended one yet, but yeah, I've had some weird experiences.
Not that
ravens.
personal.
Yeah. A friend of mine is trying to coach me into befriending a raven, but it's extremely difficult, I guess. But yeah, I've had some weird experiences with ravens just recently. So yes.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know if we have them in the UK. If we do, they're definitely not common. I don't know what they're like over the seas with you guys, but it took me a long time to find the right name for the chat, and I feel like it works. So hey Miss Smiley, good to see you. Thank you. Is this your first time watching live? I have done a few now, but it's great to see you here. So I think there you go. Donna says you are amazing.
Well, there you go. That settles it. Thank you. I was on the bubble, but thank you.
Exactly. Someone had to confirm it. Now you know.
Okay, all right. Fair.
So what was your moment of the week, Lee, if you had one?
You know, this week has been an extremely difficult week with Bryan Kohberger's post-conviction relief, and then all of the absolute nutbaggish responses. Mainstream media doubles down to tell you how to feel about it. It's been insanity, and I'm being called names. I did a show the other night where we were watching one of Jack DeCour's most recently obtained interviews, and somebody sent me a nasty email saying how disgusting and vile of a human being I was for airing the public body, the interview that was. I'm like, it's an interview. It's on. Like, how am I disgusting
in the public
for the interview? Yeah. People are losing their minds on this case. So I don't know if I would call it a highlight, but that has been what's dominated my week, is dealing with the backlash of the PCR. So it's crazy.
Yeah. It is. It has been crazy. I mean, obviously, it was a very up and down thing. I thought last week, I felt elated when the news broke about Bryan, and then it wasn't too soon after that I felt the complete opposite.
Right, because people are just beating you down for
It's not so much that. It was more that I thought, okay, let's just watch. First of all, it was watching the documentary that did it for me on Netflix.
Yeah,
thinking there might be something different. Maybe this is. And I was very, very wrong about that. And I just felt really disappointed, because it's so impactful. That particular documentary is so impactful because the people that don't know about the Idaho 4 case, especially over here in the UK, they will be watching that on Netflix, and that is their first impression of what the Idaho 4 case is about.
Yep.
And they won't question it. That'll be it.
Yep.
As far as they're
Yep.
concerned, Bryan is guilty.
Yep.
It didn't even go into detail about the 8-hour delay, nothing like
Right.
that. It was just, yeah. So I felt really disappointed, more than disappointed.
Yeah.
And I think I knew at that point, this was just the beginning. There's going to be other things happening. And
Yep.
then bang, we have Cyree doing an interview with Brian Entin and Steve G, and I couldn't watch the whole thing because I was so enraged. What is going on here? And I did watch the beginning of one of your live streams that was about that particular interview, and you were the same. I think you were
losing my mind.
Losing your mind. Yeah. I don't know how to feel about it now. I've kind of, since I've calmed down.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cyree has an alternative strategy, because I feel like, why would he do this? It's not doing him any favors. It's certainly not doing his career any favors, just purely for the fact that he's completely changing his mind from one minute to the next, or changing his narrative, changing his story. And it's like, make your mind up. What is going on? And I wonder, is there something behind it all?
I have a theory. I think he actually is making it a good business move, and I'll tell you why. Cyree has always been a person he considers himself law enforcement. To this day, he refers to us in law enforcement. He thinks he's still part of law enforcement. He used to be a cop for 20 years. And he's selling software to law enforcement. And his pitch seems to be, this guy's totally guilty, but he may get off because you didn't use my software. And if you had hired me and used my software, this wouldn't have happened. So he's using the opportunity to say, yeah, the guy is totally guilty, but he may walk because you guys didn't use my program. So if you buy my program, this will never happen again. And I think he's using it as a marketing strategy to say, buy my program and this will never happen again.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from. It could well be. I don't know. I don't know if he's also just kind of, he's putting his feet in both corners. Really, he's like, and maybe he doesn't know. I don't know if he gets called, if there is a trial, and I doubt he'll get called as an expert witness after.
I don't think so either.
After what he's done. I don't know. I just, it baffles me. But also he's already been appointed. I've forgotten the name. Brian's already been appointed a
defender, an attorney.
Yes, an attorney, who we don't know who that is yet. So that will be interesting. Donna, thank you so much for that donation. That's super, super generous of you. Thank you. And I think I've forgotten your name. Sorry, hold on. Black Cat and Jam. Thank you also for your donation. That is super sweet. Sorry, I didn't pin it to the screen. It passed me by before I could grab it. But thank you. Go on, Lee.
Oh, I was just gonna say, somebody gave me the name of his attorney, but I haven't been able to confirm it. So someone told me in a message who his new attorney is. We looked up that person, and it would be on paper a really good attorney for him, but I haven't seen anything publicly to confirm it. So if it is his attorney, I feel like on paper he got a really good attorney.
Okay.
But I can't confirm that really is true. So I'm afraid to push too much of that's who his attorney is, but it's plausible because that name did come up as a name that could very much have taken on the case. But
it's all about watch this space now and see what happens from here. There is a part of me that thinks, and maybe it's just, I don't know, there is a part of me that actually does want the trial because I want stuff to come out. I want the public to see the truth. But also there is a possibility that he could just get exonerated without a trial. Depends on, which I would be, I think that would be perfect for him. But also I would be a bit disappointed because I'd want Yeah, that
Well,
everything to be revealed kind of thing.
here's the really disturbing thing. I don't know how it is in like the UK, but in the United States, even a trial, you would be stunned, maybe, I don't know, maybe not, at how much stuff doesn't get into the trial. All kinds of stuff doesn't. And where I'm going with that is a lot of the community now have seen stuff that we know is true. It's factual stuff, it's in documents, but that may never get into a courtroom because there'll be legal fights about what's allowed and what's not allowed and whatever. And a lot of stuff doesn't get presented to the jury. So even if we see a trial, you're still going to probably be a little disappointed because you'll be like, oh my God, the jury didn't even get to hear all these other things we know to be a fact, and they won't necessarily hear it. So that'll be aggravating. Like, so yes, I want to see a trial as well, but I'll guarantee you that the jury won't see all the facts because the American legal system is designed for them to fight certain things getting in there. And so they don't really get to see all the facts. They get to see the facts that the judge allows in. And that's not always the whole story. In fact, it's rarely ever the whole story. So that's the frustrating part.
I get you. And also the whole point being is that as far as Bryan's concerned, it's about him fighting his not guilty, status, rather than trying to make other people look guilty, if that makes sense. So it's so but interesting. And I wonder, because for him to have been appointed a legal a solicitor or a defender, I thought that happened really quickly.
It did.
That because that's almost like accepting that's accepting his plea retraction immediately, sort of thing, as far as I'm concerned. Or I might be wrong, but and do we know do we know if it would still be Judge Hitler if there is a trial, or would he sit?
So
he would.
It'll be it'll be Hitler for a while. So Hitler, it has to go, but the whole PCR had to be filed to Hitler, and Hitler has to accept that or deny it and make a ruling. Now, so here's what my community is saying. If Hitler had rejected Bryan Kohberger's post-conviction relief process, his paperwork, and just rejected it outright and said, no, you were in my court and you said you're guilty, I'm not going to listen to this, he could have done that. And then at the point that Hitler says, no, I'm not going to even consider it, then Kohberger and his attorney would have 20 days to file a rebuttal to the judge. Like, no, we think you're a corrupt judge and that's why you're rejecting it. But maybe Hitler did the smart move by keeping it in his courtroom. By allowing it and not denying it, it can't be appealed to another judge. So he effectively allows himself to stay in control of the second process by saying, okay, I'll hear you out. So if he had said no, they have a possibility of saying, well, we want another judge to look at that. So in a way, maybe Hitler's trying to design himself to be part of the process rather than letting it turn over to somebody else. Now, this doesn't rule out the possibility that it will still get removed from Hitler, but right now, as it stands, it's all got to go through Hitler again.
So as far as we know, it has been accepted. It's not a case of we could be waiting and he could still reject it.
Well, I don't know that that's the case. What I think, and I'm not a lawyer, but what I think is all Hitler did was he said, so Bryan had said, I'm filing this post-conviction relief and I'd like an attorney to help me with it. So he said, sure, I'll let you have an attorney to help you with it. So now what I expect is going to happen, and Kathy Zindi's on our show has come on and said, more than likely what's going to happen is Bryan's attorney now is going to make a more formal amended PCR. So they're going to take Bryan's handwritten notes written by pencil in prison, because that's all he's got is a little tiny stick pencil to write with. He's going to take that handwritten thing. He's going to turn it into a legal argument. So an attorney is going to file the official PCR. So all Hitler's really allowed him to do is have an attorney, I think, represent him in filing a more formal amended PCR, and then we'll see where it goes. Now he could reject it once that lawyer puts it in the best argument they possibly can and go, yeah, I still don't like it, you're out of here. That could happen possibly, I think. But
okay. So it's so far it feels like everything's going the way it should, but we'll just wait and see. So I did prepare some bits and pieces through the week that I came across. I tend to frequent the Reddit forums a fair bit. And this time I actually focused on the pro-burger reactions, because you know, anyone not pro-burger, sorry, the other side, the guilters. I was looking at their reactions because we kind of know the reactions of, you know, people like that are watching this and supporting Bryan. They're going to be happy about it. So actually, one thing I want to mention before I do that is I'm going to pin the comment of the week and then talk about that. So bear with me while I find it. Where is it? Okay. So this is the comment of the week. Hopefully you're going to be able to read it because it's just going to, I think it's going to take me off screen. No, it's not. It's still there. So the comment is, and I don't know if this person is in the chat, but they've commented, Kaylee's mum has been running all over FB, sending open death threats and wishing death upon people and their families for calling out her contradicting statements and asking valid and extremely compassionate questions. She's even turned on some of her top comments and donators because they said, but wait, I thought you all wanted the trial and this could bring the death penalty back. Isn't that a good thing for y'all, especially since you know the evidence and that he's guilty? So I think, you know, the comment that's been circulating, and because I read the comments on Reddit, I kind of read it before it was out, you know, and everyone was talking about it on YouTube. But for those of you who don't know if I can get this on. Don't think it's going to let me add it. I will read it out without adding it to the screen. But the comment was on the Gonzalez family page, and Christy wrote, or someone wrote, and Christy responded to this comment. The comment was, he sure as hell didn't act alone. I don't even think that's the case. There's evil people still walking the streets who are responsible. I just hope no matter what happens, they have the right person. Please don't jump my ass for this. We have our own opinion. I'm entitled to mine, just like everybody's entitled to theirs. But these kids are never going to rest at peace until the whole case is put to rest. And Christie's reaction to this was shocking, to say the least. She said, keep your absolute ignorance off my page. I actually hope he gets released and comes for your family.
Oh, fuck. I just can't believe she says stuff like that.
I mean, what on earth? I could, even if it had been a derogatory comment against, to even say that, if it was against a derogatory comment, would still be shocking. But the fact that she's reacting to something that is so, you know, it's nothing to get upset about, is so telling, I think. Why are they so angry? I get, you know, that maybe they're angry because they've got used to the fact that he's behind bars and don't have to worry about him anymore, etc. Now it's all being dug up again. I get that. But I don't know. It's just shocking.
It is. And it's, on the one hand, and I keep making excuses for the family. On the one hand, when people are in pain, they say things they don't necessarily mean. So I hope that it's something she doesn't mean. But wishing that somebody murders your family is just a level
something
of
you've experienced yourself.
Yeah, something, you're right. Like of all things, you should realize that you don't want that on anyone. And for you to say, well, I hope he kills your family next. I'm like, what the hell are you thinking? Like, I realize people say things that are dumb when they're angry, or they say stuff that they wish they could take back. But now it's starting to become a habit with her. She's made comments like this before, or at least the Gonzalez family page have made comments like this before of, you know, hope he kills you or whatever. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, just, I don't know, stay off of social media if people are making you so angry that you say things like that. I don't know. It's just me, but
yeah, it's just, I don't know, to lash out at like that particular comment. I don't frequent the Gonzalez family page. I just don't. But
yeah, it was a respectful comment.
it was a respectful comment. And why has that triggered her so much to say that, you know, if it's him, he didn't do it alone? It's like, why is that so, you know, triggering?
Right.
I don't get it.
Right. It still allows the possibility that Kohberger did it, and they're angry to even suggest that somebody did it with him, and somehow that I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So a couple of other things that I screenshot. Let me see what this one is. And again, I don't know why it doesn't allow me to add it. Someone on the forum, which is, I think this is a pro Bryan Kohberger. Let me just read it first. So basically this person's a lawyer, okay? And they've put, I want to share a broader reflection on how justice is discussed in high profile cases. This is not about excusing crimes, but about the principles of law and dignity in society. A civilized society must punish crime firmly, but never at the cost of human dignity. When we look at high profile cases, especially in the United States, I'm struck by 3 patterns that trouble me. Number 1, plea deal as coerced confessions. I'm trying to think whether he actually links this to the Idaho 4 or not, but it came out. Actually, this was a year ago. This was posted, so it wasn't in relation to this plea deal being retracted. But he said plea deals as coerced confessions. When the alternative is the death penalty or decades longer in prison, how voluntary is a guilty plea? It starts to resemble a confession made under psychological pressure. So it's so interesting reading this, considering, like I say, this was a year ago. Number 2, lifelong confinement on circumstantial evidence. In Europe, courts require a gapless chain of proof, circumstantial chain of proof, and maintain at least a theoretical chance of release. In the US, people can be locked away forever without parole, even where the case rests mainly on indirect evidence, and that undermines respect for human dignity. And then there's number 3, mob discourse in media and online. Public conversations often descend into dehumanization. Offenders are called monsters, fantasies of suffering celebrated. And this does not honor the victims, it drags society down. None of this diminishes the grief of the victims' families. On the contrary, true respect for them requires that justice itself remains dignified and humane. Mob justice is no justice. It corrodes the rule of law. If we allow ourselves to dehumanize even those who have done terrible things, we weaken the very principle that protects us all, that every human being has dignity. I mean, it says so much, I think. And also how different as well your judicial system is compared to ours in the UK. And I mean, I do not claim to know much about either judicial system, but what I do know is yours seems to be a lot looser. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
Has it always been like that? I mean, I don't think the Idaho 4 case is a good example, because I think there has been a lot of, judicial regulations that have been completely ignored and flouted. But what is your take on how this case has been handled, if you have an opinion of how it's been handled from a legal standing?
Well, I think traditionally in America, and it's not like, I don't know that it's written in this way, but we've had the attitude in America that we would rather a few guilty people go free than for one innocent person to go to jail for something they didn't do. And that's been something that we've tried to pride ourselves on, is we're willing to accept that some of the bad guys are going to get free on technicalities, because we want the system to really, really be difficult to convict someone, because we want to make sure that no innocent, not one, because it's more disgusting to us. It's more reprehensible to us as a people to see an innocent person go to jail for something they didn't do than for a bad guy to maybe get away with one from time to time. So that's been the basis. But we're slowly, I feel, changing as a society in America where everybody who's accused is guilty, and we just want to see them go to jail. And it seems like we're losing, the judicial system is losing that presumption of innocence. I mean, we're a country in the United States that believes in the presumption of innocence, but we incarcerate more people than any other civilized, if you want to, I hate that word civilized, but like modernized country. We put more of our people in jail. So how do you simultaneously say that we believe in the presumption of innocence and then put more people in jail than anybody else? Something seems wrong with our system.
Yeah. And I wonder what percentage of cases they end up convicting innocent people purely because of lazy policing. Because there are police officers that just can't be bothered to do the legwork it takes to actually find the right person. They find someone that fits it, and that's it. You're that person, hook, line, and sinker. Let's go, kind of thing. So it is. Over here, I don't think our system is perfect by any means. I think there's definitely a lot of corruption with our system as well, but it's like this case, the Idaho 4. I hope when everything's over with and it's all done, and whatever the outcome is, that there is some kind of positive, as far as the judicial system is concerned, or something changes because of it. But who knows? So what else did I save? 1 second. So someone, and I mentioned in my last live stream as well, that my daughter Natalie, she didn't make it tonight, unfortunately. She knows very little about this case. She's heard me talk about it a couple of times, but she doesn't know, what it's all about, really. And there's a lot to learn, when you think about everything that's happened since the beginning. And she said to me, look, I'm going to watch the documentary and kind of make my mind up. And I said, look, if this documentary is like all the others, then please keep an open mind, because it's probably just the same old mainstream media bullshit. And the thing is that Nat's got a very, she's worked for law enforcement. So there is a part of her, I think, that isn't as skeptical about law enforcement as some of us are. And I don't know I don't know if she's watched it yet. I don't know what her reaction to it is. If she has watched it, I haven't spoken to her. But what I found was this, and I'm going to read this to her. If she does decide that Bryan's definitely guilty, and I don't want to change her mind. I just want her to know all the missing bits and pieces. So this I found again on Reddit, and it's kind of highlighting all the things that haven't been, that all those mainstream media channels don't highlight. And there's a list here. So we've got DNA found at the crime scene on a handrail and glove was not obtained and thoroughly tested and collected as evidence. But what was done via the defense wasn't a match to Bryan. Let that sink in. The DNA found under one of the murder victim's nails wasn't a match to Bryan. Let that sink in. Officer Payne stated the cellular tower data they obtained from the network didn't place Bryan's phone in the area at the time of the crime. That's from the state's own mouth.
Yeah.
There are over 7 minutes missing from the CCTV footage that the defense has obtained in the state's discovery. The state, I don't know how long ago this was written, by the way, but the state have said that the PCA is irrelevant from the state's own mouth. They took 15 months to finally hand over the cast report to the defense. The defense had to file 22 motions to compel because the state wasn't handing over the discovery requested by the state. The CCTV footage doesn't even positively identify it as an Elantra, let alone it being Bryan's car. The GEO fencing is incomplete and is actually exculpatory to Bryan, according to Cyray. Once. once
Until
upon a
now.
time.
Right.
Until now. The state have found no evidence that Bryan had any connection or association with any of the victims, and vice versa from the state's own words. The state found zero evidence that Bryan ever contacted the victims on social media, Bill Thompson's own mouth. And the state found no DNA from the victims outside the crime scene. They couldn't even find any evidence Bryan had ever cleaned his car after the homicides. Dylan couldn't identify Bryan after being shown several pictures of him. The defense wants Bethany served with a subpoena for having evidence that is exculpatory to Bryan. So this was clearly written some time ago. In one of the docs, it shows the state has thoroughly investigated all of them: Xana, Ethan, Maddie, Kaylee, Bryan, Bethany, and Dylan's financial paper trails, including what they spent in the stores, their transactions via electronic transfer apps and services, PayPal, banks, etc., even crypto. They even obtained store receipts from the likes of TK Maxx, which was Dylan, and a pet store, which was Kaylee. That shows there is an indication that the state believed or have come across something that is possible narcotics related, even checking what they spent in stores like pet stores and clothing shops. It says they were checking if they were spending high amounts of cash. Now, I think this does go on, but I haven't saved the rest of it. But you know, all of that on its own is, you know, it's overwhelming, I think.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And whether or not he'll get to state his case with all of those, you know, elements, hopefully he will, but interesting. So I thought,
and what bothers me, by the way, about that is the idea of so reasonable doubt. All that's supposed to happen for a jury to have reasonable doubt is that it's as likely that somebody else had a reason and a motive to do this than your guy. Like you're supposed to remove the idea that only one person can have done this. And if you can just say, look, there is perfectly good reason to think somebody else did that, that's reasonable doubt. If you have any reason to doubt that this might have been that the kids were doing drugs and it was a drug hit or a retaliation or a jealous ex-boyfriend, all of those things are supposed to be something that a jury is going to go, you know what, I'm not sure. It could be this other thing. And Hippler said, no, you're not allowed to talk to the jury about any alternative suspects or any idea. So they were hamstrung. Like how are you supposed to present a reasonable doubt to a jury if you're not allowed to suggest? And look, they don't have to point out who it is. They don't have to say, well, here's the real killer over here. All they have to do is say, is it perhaps more likely that was what happened than our guy? And if you think even for a moment that that's as plausible as mine, then you can't say for certain that this scenario is the one. And that's all they have to do. But they weren't even allowed to do that much. They weren't even allowed to do that simple part of saying to a jury, it's as likely that those kids were into drugs, that there was a drug hit or a jealous ex-boyfriend or whatever, as the theory that you put forward. And if it's as likely, then you can't say definitively this is how it happened.
Yeah, exactly. It is all about the reasonable doubt. It's not about anything else. And my God, is there a lot of reasonable doubt? It's, you know, yeah. So I thought what I'd do now, because I almost forgot about this, but maybe we can lighten the mood a little bit with the director's cut.
I love that.
So I have to tell you about a couple of things after showing you this video, but let me play it first. There we go. One second. I'm going to just mute us first.
All right.
I reveal
So let me explain about the shitbag. That blind where you see the series of pictures and then the video at the end of him being on the wrong side of the blind and coming through the blind to get out was actually in the guest room, and it was this time last week after the live stream, and my daughter was here. So Natalie's woken up in the morning and she said to me, or deadly serious as well. She was deadly serious. She said, I think I saved Moose's life last night. And I said, what? Now, what you saw in that video was not actually what happened later on. So later on, he's obviously done the same thing again. I don't normally have the blinds down because of that, but she had the blinds down and she got woken up. She said she woke up in a panic because Moose had something. She said, I was fast asleep, Mum. She said, I was fast asleep. I just woke up because I heard Moose panicking. She's looked at the window and she said what she thought was he was tangled in the blind, but he was literally hanging. Oh. And she had to quickly rescue him and he ran out the room. And I was like, what? She said, yeah, I was kind of half asleep, but she said, I'm pretty sure he was hanging. She said all she could see was like his long body. And I said, well, what? Were his feet off the ground? She said, yeah, I think so. I don't know how that could happen, though, because I'm sure he's too long, if that makes sense. Yeah. But either way, she said, oh, I took pictures. He did it earlier in the night as well. And I took pictures and a video. And part of me was like, well, you're just letting him destroy the blind. Let's just video it. That's fine. That's great.
Yeah, I used to have blinds like that, and they all had dents in it from cats doing that. Yeah.
Oh, he's I don't know. I've got several blinds, and they're all broken. And I keep thinking, because they're really cheap, I keep thinking maybe I should get the wooden ones. And I thought, well, maybe not, because then he probably would injure himself. So I don't know. But yeah, fun and games. Yeah, he's okay. He's fine. He's fine. Goodness me. Hilarious. It was funny looking at those pictures, though. She thought it was funny at the time. She said, oh, I nearly woke you up because I was fast asleep when this was going on. But anyway. And thank you, by the way, because I know I've missed a couple of comments that have been pinned to the screen while we've been chatting. So thank you for anyone that I've missed. But this live stream is meant to be, we're having a look at the reading I did, the very first reading I did. 1 second. On Bethany. Last week it was Dylan, and this time it's Bethany, who seems to be, you know, the one that gets forgotten about. She tends to fly under the radar a little bit. Everyone talks about Dylan. Not many people talk, well, people do talk about Bethany, but not in any detail. Someone just mentioned Jonah Chapin, and yes, I need to do another reading on him. I have already done a reading on him, but I've been thinking about that name myself recently, partly because of the interview, the latest Jack Decor interviews. I don't know why. I just felt like one of the people he mentioned was Jonah, but I might be wrong. Have you watched that, Lee?
No.
Okay. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It reveals some things about Kaylee that we didn't necessarily know, about her taking a certain drug.
Yeah. Oh, the Jack Decor. So I thought you were talking about the Jonah Chapin thing, but yeah, I did watch the Decor ones. Yeah. And yeah, they talked about the cocaine quite a bit. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't want to say that. I forgot. If you're not wanting to say that on your channel, I shouldn't say that.
No, it's fine. The only reason I don't is I worry that it's going to get demonetized or something. But
right. I suppose if I say it, it'd be the same thing happening to you. So,
but I don't presumably you're more relaxed on your show, and you don't get demonetized, so I should be okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the reason I want to do a reading on him is because when they were asking him names, they did let one slip that sounded like it began with a J. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah. And I think it could be Jonah, but we'll see. And also, I was watching someone else. I'm not going to mention their name, but I was watching their reaction to that interview, and they seem to be thinking that because the autopsy said that she had no evidence of any drugs in her system, that there was another reason for the police indicating that she was taking drugs. And I don't know how I feel about that, because it's a good
sure.
point.
Yeah.
Is the reason that we don't know about there being drugs in her system because they've omitted it?
I don't think so, but I'll tell you what. So the person who did that, Dr. Singh, who did the autopsy and stuff like that, I don't think, you'd have to get multiple agencies putting their career on the line to hide that kind of stuff. So I don't think, I feel like we can say with reasonable certainty that Kaylee didn't have drugs in her system. She had alcohol, but it misses the point. I mean, the point of Jack DeCour's interview is that Kaylee had admitted to doing drugs in the past and had talked about doing drugs multiple times, and admitted that since they broke up, she was doing drugs and to then act like, well, she didn't have any in her system, so you should all shut the hell up. No, that's immaterial. Just because she didn't necessarily do it that night doesn't mean that this isn't still part of the equation. So I've got some people who are just yelling at me because what a disgusting human being you are. They said that there was no drugs in her system. I'm like, you're missing the point. No one said she had to have done it that night for them to still be a drug angle to this case. So anyways.
I don't know what the half-life is of that particular drug. So I don't know if there was possible, if it meant that for there not to be any in her system, it meant that she hasn't done some for weeks or months. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out. But anyway, on to the Bethany reading. There we go. Right, I am going to try and... There we go. Hopefully you'll be able to hear. So I'm going to start this now. I may pause every now and again just to comment. And also, Lee, if you want to comment, just shout and I'll pause.
Okay.
Hi guys.
Can
Today
you hear it okay?
I'm continuing readings on the Idaho 4, and this reading will be about...
Just to let you know, this reading was done last year, September. I didn't check exactly when, but it's going to be mid-September, somewhere between the 11th and the 20th of September from last year. Not last year, I keep doing that, from 2024. Sorry, 2024.
Bethany Funk, who is one of the 2 roommates that were left unharmed in the house when the murders occurred. So I think Bethany is probably the biggest anomaly in the respect that we've heard nothing from her. There's as much chance that she should have heard activity as Dylan would have heard activity. So it's an interesting one, but she certainly seems to be a bit of an enigma. So I haven't searched thoroughly, but I haven't found her date of birth or her zodiac, but it doesn't really matter. So we're going to start this off with some oracle cards, as always, after which we will delve into the tarot. So let's find out what Bethany knows.
Oh, here we go.
Or doesn't know regarding the murders of Maddie. Oh my God, I'm going to have to get the name. It's Maddie, Ethan, Xana, and Kaylee. Okay, I didn't mention their surnames because we know who they are. And I will please take this as an entertainment reading. I am not accusing anyone of anything. This is purely speculation, and the energy I draw can be interpreted in whichever way you choose. Okay. The decks I'm using will be listed in the description should any of you be interested in purchasing. And again, when I'm doing these cases, I only watch anything relevant to the case online. I don't watch other readers. Once I've finished with cases, I'll watch other readers, but I won't do it in the middle of my own investigation. So, first set of cards for Bethany. We have lust, greed by any means necessary and inconsiderate. We have nightlife. This also says striptease, gamble, and Vegas. Stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. And running, escape, denial, and excuses.
I'm sure we had that card for Dylan last week, didn't we?
Was I on during that one, or is that on your different line?
Yeah, no, you were. It was last Sunday. We were looking at the Dylan case, and there was the running card. Unless I'm thinking of a different, I don't know. I might be thinking of a different reading, but it's definitely, yeah, one of them.
So, lust. I know literally nothing about Bethany. I don't know if she has a boyfriend. So I'm literally going into this completely cold. But regardless of whether she was in a relationship or not, I get the feeling that potentially she had her eyes on someone. When you start putting it all together, it starts to feel a bit messy because of the energy I picked up around Dylan as well.
Thank you, Curriculum and Crime. I get a few people saying that I've got a soothing voice. I think we obviously don't live with me, but thank you.
And then I come in here and just destroy that with my shouty, screamy rants.
You've got a great voice. You're not shouty and screamy at all.
I'm not calm and serene though a lot.
I don't know. I don't think you're not. I was going to say something else as well, but it has gone out of my head.
It's all good.
I want to say hey to Coco. Welcome, by the way, Coco. And 1-1. I saw that you were in the chat, so I thought I'd say hi. And that was it. I was going to ask, is anyone aware of Bethany having a boyfriend at the time? that
I
this all
haven't heard,
happened.
like you said, she's relatively under the radar. I haven't heard a whole lot about Bethany. So
Yeah. Interesting. Look at all these people saying how cool you are, Lee. See?
yeah, they must see something I'm not seeing. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Don't listen to the negative people that you end up getting on your channel. That
Whew, I got some.
yeah,
I'll tell you.
just don't.
The greed and inconsiderate. I don't feel like that is actually about her. I think it's about how she felt about someone else in the house. She felt someone else in the house was greedy and inconsiderate. Not entirely sure which one, but we may get to the bottom of that. There's jealousy here. I do feel jealousy coming from her. The nightlife card, I feel, is either about their lifestyle in general, you know, the fact that they did.
Just pausing for you there.
I was just going to I was typing and I muted myself. Thank you so much, Cat Farm, for donating gifts over here. I appreciate that. So thank you for taking the time, by the way, to let me do that shout out. I tried to mute myself so I could type real quick and say thanks. And then you paused.
No, it's fine. I'm trying to keep an eye on stuff at the same time. So
thank you, Cat Farm. Appreciate that very much. And congratulations to those who got gifts, memberships. Hopefully you find something cool in the members only content. I think you will.
Definitely.
You know, they had a party lifestyle, all of them. So I don't know what relevance it is. I don't know where she was on the night of the murders.
Love your living room with Dunelm, the home of everyday comfort. From sofas to...
Again, if I have found that out, I've forgotten it. It's clear out of my mind. But yeah, stagnant, stuck, dead end.
Did we all freeze? What happened?
No, it's me.
I was like, suddenly got so quiet.
Just want to say thank you to Michelle for being a member for a month. And
Yes.
thank you. Let me just hold on because there we go.
So I do take this as being, you know, maybe as this situation occurred, she wasn't directly involved, but what I will say is that she probably knows an awful lot more than she is letting on. Which takes us to the next card: running, escape, denial, and excuses. And she did pretty much do a runner as far as I'm concerned. I mean, once it happened, she disappeared and you never to be heard from again.
I see. Can you find out what Kaylee did? She received something by mail at 11:22. I don't know what that was. Thank you for the comment, Miss Debbie. Where have you seen that she received something in the mail? I'm a bit of a stickler if it's just a rumor or speculation, or if it's actually been documented. If it's been documented, I'm more than happy to look into it and do a reading. This is the Bethany reading. It's the very first Bethany reading I ever did nearly 2 years ago. So when I knew nothing about anything about the case. So Let's continue. Tommy found it, Sue. Okay. Yeah, I can look into it.
So, I mean, I don't understand why you would run from something if you've witnessed something.
What?
Exposing Toothany.
That is fairly funny.
Thing regarding the murder of your friends, why wouldn't you want to help? I'm not saying she hasn't helped.
Sorry, the Vicky, that rumor was started by me because I did a channeling session with Kaylee, and she's the one that showed me the necklace being taken off of her after being killed and being sent to her family as a message. Now, you know, so it's not been documented, but it is what I channeled through her. Now that can be open to interpretation, or my channeling could be open to interpretation, but it was a pretty clear image, or you know, that I will never forget. But anyway,
that would leave an impression.
Yeah.
But whatever statements she's made have certainly been kept private. They've not been shared publicly, unlike the statements that Dylan made. She feels very protected. And I have my own ideas why. From the very beginning of this case, before I even drew a tarot card, the reason I decided to do these readings was because of messages I'd received from Spirit. And I'm not going to get into that until the very end, because what may transpire may not fit with what I was told. I can't understand why I would have been told what I was told.
I used to think I had a pretty clear picture of my market. It turns out I really didn't. And in a market that moves this.
But it must have some truth.
Oh, wow. Wisteria, thank you so much. Thank you for pausing too. Thank you for the gifts on more gift memberships. It's like Christmas. It's raining Christmas over on my side for the gift memberships. Thank you so much. Very, very cool. Thank you very much.
And then I've got a message here from Jackie. Can you give this to Lee? He's fabulous. Oh,
Thank you.
So
Thank
you're
you
gonna
very
have to
much.
give me. You're gonna have to give me your bank details now, Lee. So
I think they just meant give you the message. So we'll let you keep
Oh,
the
I don't
funding
know.
on your side.
might be the donation, but
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's nice to get. It's after getting your teeth kicked in all week, like I have been from a lot of people. It's nice to hear positive things. Very cool.
yeah, it's hard to not take stuff personally, but
Yeah.
you just got to, you know, I think sometimes it's actually it's a good sign in a way that people are being so reactive, because I'm like, okay, we've hit a nerve here, have we? It's like, why do people take it so personally? You know, it's not their family, it's not their child. It's yeah, I don't know, but
yeah, there's some high emotions in this case for sure.
Yeah. And they're going to get even more emotional if they are proved wrong. Can you imagine? And
I don't want to side tangent you're reading too much, but like you were talking about, like your daughter watching the documentary. That's something I forgot to mention. The worst part about those documentaries are they like to focus on the grieving families crying and hardly able to talk about it and asking why people don't leave them alone and leave their family alone and let them grieve. And that no one wants to see somebody in pain. So that's how they play on everybody to shut down the alternative is you see somebody in pain saying, you know, just leave us alone. And then if that's your first introduction to the case, you're like, why do you talk about this case? Why can't you just, you've already been told how to feel about it. Leave these people alone. Didn't you see them crying on TV? Leave them alone. And you're like, you need to be in this case from the very beginning to know how this is going down. But anyways, the first
Yeah.
impressions are hard to break. And if people see a grieving family, they're automatically sickened by anybody questioning the narrative.
Yeah, but no one's attacking the family. You know, it's
Right,
like
right. Yeah, no one's
we're
attacking
just
the family.
fighting for justice the way
Yeah.
they should be. You know, but
Mhm.
Behind it is all I will say. But anyway,
oh, we might be here all night. But thank you so. Hold on a minute. We're fighting over comments here. Sorry, 1 second. Trying to get this on screen. There we go. Thank you so much, Grandma, for the memberships. Thank you. It's super, super kind of you. And welcome whoever you new members are, all 5 of you. Welcome to the Revelation Tarot member circle. Thank you.
It's very cool.
Sorry about that. Here comes karma. Felt like we were having a bit of a fight there, but it wasn't intentional.
It happens all the time. I'll pin something, they'll try to pin it at the same time. We end up pinning and unpinning each other, and yeah, it happens all the time.
Okay.
next set of oracle cards.
I'm working on that shuffle, dang it. I'm telling you what.
Oh yeah.
I am working. I sometimes practice the shuffle because I don't have it down, but I'm working on it.
If you do what I do and you do as many readings as I do, you'll have it down within a week.
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah. I'm picking up my own personal readings quite a bit. So.
Are you? Interesting. Yeah. Have you done any more personal readings for anyone else?
I've done 2 now. And I had to say, I mean, not the side tangent, but the first one I did for somebody, I was so nervous about reading somebody else's cards. I haven't done that since high school. They've watched it like 11 times now and keep telling me that they get something new out of it every time. So that went well. And I've done a second reading, but I've had the hardest time getting her reading because she didn't give me a private way to send her the private link, so that I don't want to send it to her in public where people can see it. So I still haven't seen what her reaction is. So I've only done 2 readings for people, but I'm waiting to hear if the second one was okay or not.
Yeah. Well done though.
Thanks.
Sorry, let me just quickly read that comment. Is this comment for, I'm presuming it's for me, or could be for you, Lee?
I think it's for you.
I didn't read the rest of the comment. Thank you though. It felt like a really lovely compliment. I feel very lucky to be able to do what I do. Very blessed to have all of you amazing people around me as well. So like I've said before, I was expecting when I went into this to have a lot of negative, get ready for all the negativity from a YouTube channel that's specifically about tarot. There's plenty of people out there that think it's, wrong, or even that I'm taking advantage of people, that kind of thing. And I just don't, it's probably, I was saying, I think I might have been telling Here Comes Karma, I can honestly say in the whole time I've been doing it, I can count on one hand how many times I've had to deal with negativity. So it's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I didn't know Lee was doing readings. There you go.
I didn't know I was doing it either.
The secret's out now, Lee. Everyone's going to be asking for a reading.
Well, it's your fault. It's your fault. You were like, you really should do a reading on Idaho 4. So I did one. And then a lot of people loved that. And so then I started getting all these personal requests. Can you do a reading for me? And I'm like, I don't really do that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And then here we go. But we'll see.
We should definitely do a live stream where we're both doing a tandem reading for something on the Idaho 4. Just to
that would be interesting.
Cards.
Yeah,
it'd be cool. I think
it would. Yeah. For sure.
You could do it. You can draw some cards. I'll draw some cards, and we'll combine them. It'd be good.
I'm working on my confidence. When I get to that confident enough, we'll do it. Sounds good to me.
The thing is that there's no right or wrong with tarot.
Right.
You go with your gut. You go with how it feels. What is it telling you? So, I know. I get what you're saying about it being nervous because of who's watching that knows tarot that is judging me, and you're probably nervous the fact that it's me. I don't know, but
right,
I get that.
Right.
I get that feeling.
And I don't, it's one more thing. I mean, I don't want to derail this, but the other thing is, I told you, you've done a lot of readings for people, so you're probably used to this. What I wasn't used to was some of the personal questions people want me to do a reading on. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I should be getting myself into your life that much to ask that kind of question. So like, it's intimidating because you're like, the questions that you get asked, you're like, oh, do I want to give somebody life advice on something like that? That's like, it's a heavy thing. So I don't know how you do it because it's heavy, but
and if you're not sure, then it's always best just to say, look, I'm still learning. I don't want to be doing a reading on something so important that might affect, the way you feel, sort of thing. So yeah, I get it. Have either of you done readings with just a regular deck of playing cards? I have. I did over on my other channel when I was doing the zodiac readings. I actually use those more like an oracle deck. So at the end of every reading, what I do for the zodiac readings, I'll pull an oracle card from a particular deck and I'll read that for that zodiac sign. So I instead was using a regular playing card deck and pulling a card out of there as not an oracle card, but the same way you would pull a single tarot card out of a deck and use that to finish the reading, to summarize, kind of thing. So yeah, it's interesting, all of the different suits and how they tally to the suits of the tarot. And I cannot remember which is which now. I know that the spades are probably the equivalent of swords, because they're the kind of deemed as being more negative or more challenging. Like the ace of spades is meant to be a bit of a doom force, like it's got a reputation of being a really negative, dark card, which it's not. But also, Kathy, confirmation of a trial date. I'm thinking April or November 2027. Looks like that just popped into my head when the trial's going to be. It's interesting. Someone pointed out to me that when I was doing the readings, when the trial was still coming, that I'd said, even though it had been scheduled for September at that point, I think, I said in a reading, I don't know why I feel like it's going to be October. And then someone said, well, maybe it still is. Maybe it is going to be October.
Yeah, right?
October's a little bit too soon. I don't know. They're not going to have all their stuff ready by October.
Could be October of next year. By the time we get done with all the pre-trial stuff, could be October of next year.
Exactly. But thank you for your comment. So let's get through this. Confirmation of trial, that's the same one. Okay.
Oh, what happened there? Someone jumped out.
Why did I do that? That's weird.
I saw that. I saw that. That was interesting.
That's dodgy. I'd be like, if I saw this tarot reader, I'm not booking with her. She's deciding which cards to use.
You know what's funny though? We're going to get derailed again. What's funny though is sometimes it feels significant and sometimes it doesn't feel significant. So if you didn't feel that felt significant at that time, then it's just an adjustment. But I get it. Like a lot of people, if you see a card flip or act unusually, like, well, that must be a sign I'm supposed to read that and you should stop and do it. Like that's the way I was kind of felt too. But sometimes I've had things happen and I'm like, that was just a random thing. There was nothing weird about that. Just like put that, get back in there.
It is weird because usually when I'm shuffling, there are times, especially back then when I was still, I wasn't too aware of what I was doing. I'm still not completely aware of what I'm doing, but I'd just completely forget, literally innocently, that a card flip out and I'd just be in the zone. I put it back and carry on shuffling. But that was a definite, that was really I'm looking at this and going, no, don't, you're going back in. And that's bad. I don't think I should have done that. So I do apologize. And then
sometime I'm going to have to
you
tell you a story. I won't do it necessarily here, but I was doing my second reading for somebody. I've only done two, right? And the second reading I did, a weird thing happened with the cards, and it was embarrassing. I'll leave it at that for now. Sometimes you and I should talk about the embarrassing card that flipped out and how awkward that was, but I'll explain that later.
Yeah, I want to hear about this. You're going to have to tell me that story after we've watched this.
Right.
Yeah, by the way, thank you, Annette, for the jewels that I just completely missed, but thank you so much. And yeah, so let's see. And people get so upset about things like that as well. In the comments, I'm sure I would have had someone going, "What the hell? What do you think you're doing? You're not meant to put the cards back, la la la." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And at the time, I used to say, "Actually, it's up to me. It's my reading. If I want to put cards back, I'll put them back." They'd be like, "No, it's not up to you." I'd be like, "Okay."
You were given a sign and you just ignored the sign. Yeah.
First card, copycat. I do feel some level of insecurity around Bethany. When I feel jealousy, but I feel insecurity around her regarding the other girls. She didn't feel as attractive as them. She tried to, copycat isn't the right word, but I do feel like she was inspired by certain things.
Sorry, just meant to mention, someone just said some people get really upset if they don't see the shuffle. This is interesting. When I first started doing this, I was like you, I couldn't shuffle. So I used to make sure I shuffled before I started the video and then just cut the deck, like cut it. I think that's enough. And oh my God, people did not like that. They're like, "We can't trust you. You could have got all your cards. You could have selected all your cards in advance." I think, yeah, fair play, actually. It's a good point. I could have done. But then I thought, what's the point? Why am I trying to, if I was pre-selecting cards for a zodiac reading, what would the point of that be? Because then I'm going against what the outcome could have been, if that makes sense.
Right.
But yeah, that's why I had to learn to shuffle, because people were complaining. And also the other thing is, when you're doing it's not such a big thing anymore, but it was back then, is how many videos you'd watch on YouTube that had jump cuts all the way through.
Yeah.
And there's one thing you can't do with a tarot reading is have any kind of editing in it. It has to just be as it is, because if you edit, if you cut or anything like that, people would be like, what happened then? What happened there? You just cut something out. So yeah, interesting though. Interesting.
I'm glad you're mentioning it, because when I was doing my reading, God, we're getting off on a side tangent, but when I'm doing my readings for people, I do the same thing. I keep it all out in the open and I let them see the shuffle and let them see the whole process and the card draws, because I was thinking the same thing. If I don't let them see it, they're going to think I just pre-planned this or decided what I was going to tell. So I did the same thing, but
yeah. You have to be upfront and transparent.
Yeah.
The way they wore their hair, what they wore, that kind of thing. There's some sort of simmering, trying to think of the word. There's a sense of simmering.
We bootstrapped ClickFunnels to $1 billion with no investors, no VC.
It's not jealousy. It is deep insecurity, but there's a better word that's kind of like something that's building. It's building within her.
Fear.
I almost feel like she started a rumor. regarding one of the girls in the house. A rumor that wasn't true, that could have sparked something, could have started a ball rolling, and once that started, it was going to lead to
I think, I don't know, is this, I think this is mine, but either way, thank you so much for the jewels, Miss McGuinness. Thank you so much. It's so interesting. I've just mentioned that I feel like she started a rumor, when actually, as things developed, I definitely felt that was more Dylan than Bethany.
Yeah.
It's weird. I've never had particularly bad negative vibes so much with Bethany. But yeah.
a certain eventuality. The next card is fake friends.
Wow.
There's something very messed up about the energies. I can't figure out whether her and Dylan were genuine friends. I don't feel any animosity between her and Dylan, but I also don't feel like they're, BFFs or anything.
It's true, actually, that people kind of went down that road of assuming, because they were the only two left alive, that therefore they're good friends in the house, which isn't necessarily true. No. In fact, the fact that everyone thought, well, not everyone, but a lot of people just assumed that everyone living in that house all got along as well, may also not be true. When you think about how shared accommodation is, I think about when I was that age and, living in shared accommodation with other students, I didn't actually make friends with any of them. We all just, do you know what, I don't know if you've had that experience, but yeah, it's like we're all coming and going at different times, and we've all got different stuff going on, and we already had connections and friends before we all ended up sharing a particular. It's different, I suppose, because this was a university campus kind of thing, which my experience was just sharing a accommodation which wasn't linked to a university or a college. But even so, I didn't make any friends or connections within that house. So I don't know.
I want to take a moment to share a thought that I don't say a lot on my other channel, because I try to be careful about getting too much into speculation, but I've said things like this. I really feel in my gut that whoever did the murders knew Dylan and didn't even know Bethany was downstairs. And so that would explain both why Dylan survived, because they knew Dylan personally. They didn't know Bethany was in the house. That's why she survived. It's not like they left two people behind. They left one person behind. I don't think they even knew Bethany was in the house. And I think Bethany saw or heard something that blows this whole case up, and she got the hell out of Dodge before anybody forced her to testify about it. And that's why the defense wanted her back, because she had exculpatory information. What Bethany saw or heard, which the people or the person who did the killing didn't even know she was there, would blow the whole case up and would ruin everything. And so she fled the state and has never come back officially, because I think they didn't know she was there. And that's what I think.
Yeah, good point. I think something very similar. I think I agree with you about Dylan, and my thoughts on Bethany are whether she was there. I don't think she was there throughout the whole evening. And I still haven't quite nailed down whether or not she was there. I mean, the most recent reading I've done for her showed me her being there, witnessing what was going on during, and almost could have been another victim, but she ran, is what I've seen. But then she ended up having to come back, because I don't know what the reason for that was, but she's had to come back to.
Well, I would theorize for this. If she came, let's say she came up and saw the murders happening and fled the house. If something happened in which she would have like left and gone over to the Whites or whatever, and then had to come back when the 911 call gets made because somebody convinced her that she has to not say what she saw. So somebody convinced her not to talk about what she saw, to come back and act like she was there the whole time. Then that might explain that scenario, that maybe she was coerced into, you are going to get back and you're not going to say what you saw, and you're going to, and here's the story we're going to go with. And so did that happen? It's possible in my in a scenario. That's totally possible.
Yeah. All it takes is for someone to say, someone that was there as well, to say, you're as much part of this as we are. So
yep.
You know,
you're going to go down for this if you keep, so you're going to have to get in on the story.
Exactly. But she was out of all of them. I say out of herself and Dylan and, anyone else who was closely kind of involved, like Hunter Johnson. She seemed to be the one that was the most terrified during an interview of being accused of something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that there was a connection between Bethany and Maddie, but it's not what it seemed. How Bethany kind of behaved around Maddie, or made her believe that she was a genuine friend, isn't how she feel. I can sense this seething under the surface with Bethany. And I don't know if it was a rumor about Maddie that she spread. Maddie would never have known it came from Bethany. Was it about Maddie or was it about Kaylee? I'm not sure. It's one of those two. It wasn't about Xana. Next card, getting a room, hotel, motel, suit, business, pleasure.
We're looking for people 40 plus who want to actually master Claude in 28 days. No free time needed, just 10 minutes a day. Nexera gives you interactive, bite-sized.
So this has got something to do with when I don't know when she moved into the house. Was she an actual? Was she a permanent resident in the house? Because I know Xana was, Kaylee was, Maddie was, and Dylan was. Ethan wasn't. So I don't know. I don't know if she's a permanent, which she was a permanent housemate, or whether there were discussions going on about her being a housemate, or whether this is showing me when she became a housemate. I don't know. It's something weird. This card I don't get. It's obviously an American term I do not understand. Let me Google it. I don't know what it means.
And I can't remember either, even though I did look up the meaning. What does it mean?
To have a bugaboo?
Yeah.
I'm even curious what they're going to say. I may be using it wrong. I mean, yeah, I don't even know if I can explain. I use it in language, but now I'm trying to think of how I've used it in the past. When do I use the bugaboo? I'm totally familiar with the phrase, but even I'm curious now to know what the hell they say, because I'm trying to think of how I even use that phrase.
I don't know. I can't remember.
It's like not coincidence. It's not the right word I'm trying to use, but anyways, did you look it up? Because I'm curious to hear what it's.
Yeah, let's see what the meaning is. It means pain in the ass.
Is it basically?
I
Okay.
don't know.
That's funny.
Something that causes worry.
Something that
Describe
causes a
something that
bugaboo.
causes worry. The bugaboo of having 3 tests on the same day. Bugaboo is
Oh,
also
yeah.
another name for the creature known as the bogeyman. Wow. An imaginary monster that children believe will hurt them or even take them away if they don't behave. That is so interesting.
Yeah, I don't use that
So-
term very much, but I've heard it a lot.
Yeah, I was thinking, does it mean like when something bugs you, or is that something
Yeah.
else?
I guess it's something else. Yeah, because
Yeah.
yeah, a worry. Yeah.
It's funny talking about things that we say. I sort of take things for granted. Who was I talking to? Just chatting away. They're American, and I said something, and they said, "Oh my god, I had to just go and look up what that means." Losing my rag.
Oh, I
It's
haven't
an
heard
English.
that one.
Haven't you? I said,
Yeah.
I was just chatting. I said, "I know, I lost my rag," and they said, "Oh my god, I had to just literally go and look up what that meant." I thought, oh, just means losing your temper, kind of thing. Weird saying though. Now I think about it, it's like, what's that about? Losing your rag?
Hey, there's
Yeah,
some
maybe-
terms. There's some UK terms I can't say, because when I heard it, I was like, "What the hell does that mean?" They're like, "Oh, you can't say that." I'm like, what? I don't even know what I'm saying.
That was you. That was you. Here comes
It
karma.
was probably- it was- oh, I was I say it probably wasn't me,
It's
but
funny.
no,
It
karma,
made
yeah.
me think, like, I wonder where that saying comes from. It is a bit weird now I think about it. But you know, when you say things all the time, you don't even think about it. It's like, oh,
Right.
that is a strange thing to say. Losing my rag. But anyway. Oh, donation to remove your YouTube ads. Oh, thank you, Wisteria.
Very
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah, so you
We'll
can
put-
YouTube Red or whatever the hell it's called now. You can remove your ads from your thing.
I'll put it in the pot for the YouTube removal of ads. Thank you. I don't know how much it is, to be fair, but have you got a subscription to YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you do.
Yeah.
Is it expensive?
No, it's like $10 a month. I think it's $10 a
okay.
month.
Okay,
So they bought you.
maybe
I think
can-
they're
that's-
trying to
that's
buy
bought
you
me
a month of.
a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I've got to do it now, haven't I? Thank you. Bethany replied yes to mail. Bethany, now fiance of Zach McClure. McClure fam have a centre at UI campus. Zach is nephew to Kenneth McClure, current managing partner at Boise law firm Givens. Wow. Okay. What's LL?
Linda Lane.
Linda Lane. Okay. Interesting.
Makes me feel like they had to create a bogeyman that was created between Bethany, Dylan, and the other people that were involved that night. When I say other people, we're not talking just about students, and I won't say any more than that. So
Sorry.
Go on.
we're now going to pull the final.
I had to look up that British phrase that I had heard because I wanted to make sure I was right about it. It was correct. It's correct. I'll say it, but your English, your UK audience has to shut the hell up about a crack in Bristol cities is the phrase. I was like, what the hell does that mean? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah, that's what it meant. That's correct.
I honestly haven't heard it before.
Oh my God, you've never heard a crack in Bristol cities? Okay, don't look it up. It's not child appropriate.
Okay. Or listen, I know that there's a slang term for boobs, and they're called Bristols
right?
over here.
Right.
So we're
Yes,
talking
but-
about cleavage.
Yes, that's what it is. A crack in
Okay,
Bristol
that's not
cities
so
is-
bad.
Yeah, that's so I was thinking when I first heard it, it's like they're like, well, that's a crack in Bristol cities. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, oh.
I've heard a lot worse, to be fair.
All right, I digress. Let's get back at it before we lose.
So the people are coming out with all sorts now. Keep your pecker up. Cleveland steamer. Oh my god.
Getting pissed means something different with you guys than it does over here. We got all kinds of different language.
Well, there's things like fanny is a good one, because over here fanny is the front bum, basically, not the back bum, which I think it is over there. Yeah.
Where the hell did the term, I'm sorry, I don't want to digress too long. Where the hell did the phrase "Bob's your uncle" come from? And
that's very true.
Bob's your uncle, and Fanny's your aunt.
Because
I don't know what the hell.
Bob was actually my dad, not my uncle. So hopefully.
All right, we gotta get back to your reading.
It's interesting.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Oh,
it looks like you're keeping them. It looks like you're keeping them.
They always put the ads in the right place to add a bit of suspense and drama.
Oh, are you gonna keep all those? You've redeemed yourself for the people who thought you shouldn't put that other card back.
The reading's not over yet.
Fair.
Oh, my face, honestly.
Right.
I'm not sure about this. First card, trapped.
Oh, that could be Murphy.
I don't believe she was trapped. Someone was trapped, though. Drugs, poison. As per a previous reading, I think Dylan, there were drugs involved. I'm wondering, because that word, if it was just drugs, then fine. I'd say, yeah, obviously it's to do with drugs. There's something to do with drugs. But the fact that there's the word poison there as well does make me believe, and I know there's a rumor going around that someone could have OD'd. The next one's a bit weird. Child. What is child about?
What'd you grab there?
What did I grab?
Did
Oh,
you have
a
something
crystal.
in between your? Okay.
Yeah, it's a crystal. I used to find, I don't know, to find if I think that's amethyst I was holding.
Okay.
It would help me channel.
Dreams and
Yeah.
I wonder if there was any pregnancies with any of the girls. Also got imprisonment, which is similar to trapped, but this card is about her fear of imprisonment
Wow.
and her protection.
Wow. That's bizarre. Yeah.
How she is protected from any kind of imprisonment. I don't understand what her involvement would be for her to be worried about imprisonment, but unless it's to do with the drugs. I don't know why I feel like Bethany, out of all of the people in that house, was the one that had the closest link to the cops.
My story's changed since then. It is strange because a lot of what I'm saying, I'm now thinking, was I picking up energy for Dylan? A lot of what I said, I now think is linked to Dylan, not Bethany.
Yeah.
So,
although I think the Bethany being protected from imprisonment and being afraid of being arrested if she came back, I think that's all stuff that's kind of come out, you know,
yeah,
that she had a fear that she was going to get arrested for something and she was afraid. And then she was told she was being protected and didn't have to worry about it.
yeah.
And then the last card, and I think we had a similar card before, which doesn't really make any sense to me. Dismemberment. When we think about dismemberment, we think about, you know, body parts and things like that, but it could also indicate the disbursement of a group. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what was found, what was the crime scene. We're led to believe what we're told.
Yeah. Oh, somebody said bugaboo is a problem. That's how I've always used it in the past. Like we're gonna have having a bugaboo is like having a problem or a wrinkle in the a wrench in the system. It's like it's another term. It's an American thing, but yeah, it's having a problem, a bugaboo. Yeah, that's what I
I get it. Yeah. So there's a term. I know what you're saying because we've got terms similar to that. Like I can't think of the sayings, but I know exactly what you mean. I'll think of it in a minute, probably.
Yeah.
It feels cultish. And I don't know why, but it feels cultish. So I'm going to pull the tarot.
Gosh, I have such a pull towards cards. Watching you manipulate the box of cards is like, oh, I want to touch my cards. I don't know what it is. Like, I just want to pull out a deck here and start playing with it. I don't know. Never play with your deck on camera, though.
Are you sure you mean deck?
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I did.
So let's pull the energy for Bethany.
Cookies corner.
I need to put it right underneath the chin, so it's all above board.
Seven of Wands reversed. 10 of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Wands reversed. 2 of Cups reversed. So the 7 of Wands reversed. She's coming in very defensive, like way too defensive. If, you know, she's not done anything wrong, she's got nothing to worry about. But she's just way too defensive. She also feels untouchable to a certain extent.
Hey, Anita, good to see you. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you. It's so kind of you. Thank you. And Mandy for the jewels. Thank you.
Ten of Pentacles in reverse is to do with money, either money going missing or money that's lost or unpaid debts.
AI music is clearly a hot topic right now, and I'm not here to convince anyone if it's good or bad, but to share my experience.
It's not directly linked.
Thank you again, Anita. Thank you.
To her, but it's something she knows about, she's fully aware of. It's almost like I'm picking her up to be almost like an informant for the police, for the cops. But this is where it gets tricky, guys, okay? And I don't want to... it's so difficult because I don't know what I can or can't say. But there are links between...
This is alleged, by the way. Anita, is that? Because I don't know if that's one I've just...
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
One of yours.
Oh, it is. Oh, Anita,
Yeah,
thank you again.
yours.
Thank you. So generous of you. Thank you. I do keep forgetting, sorry guys, to actually make a disclaimer at the beginning of live stream, just to say that everything that we're talking about is, you know, it's not factual. It's our opinions, and yeah, and the same goes with this reading. So yeah, what I'm about to say is alleged and it's opinion only. Just to put that out there as a warning.
We'll call them the authorities and the drugs. And it feels like Bethany's at some kind of go-between. There's something not right. There's something not right about this money. Even though I'm being shown money going missing or money not being paid, or I don't know what this is. It's almost like whatever that is that I'm being shown was a setup. But I don't know why. The Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh God, why can't I remember who's who? Who is who? Who's wands? Who's wands? Where did I write it? I cannot remember. Guys, I'm so sorry. Got it here. Hold on. So, wands energy. It's not anyone in the house. as in, sorry, it's none of the people that were killed, and it's not Bryan. So it could be a cop. This could be a cop that I'm looking at. Knight of Wands in reverse.
So I always see, like, especially the court cards, Wands court cards, Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. If they're in reverse, I feel like they're the most volatile people in the whole deck. I don't know. How do you feel about those particular cards? Do you, because you do kind of get you form a personal connection to certain cards, and
right.
So I don't know if you have a feeling about Wands, or
I think yeah. I mean, we have slight differences and similarities. Like court cards, often I do associate with people with strong, you know, like, and if it's a male court card, it feels male, and vice versa. So there, and and a reverse might indicate something nefarious, or So I have similar feelings on that. For my connections.
Yeah. So some people look at swords and go, "Oh no, it's the swords. They're the nastiest," you know, especially if they're in reverse. Whereas actually, I see the wands that way because of the fire, because of the But you know, again, I suppose it just depends on the situation, on the case, on the reading. But
the energy I'm picking up for them is someone who's quite ruthless. But I'm not picking them up to be top of the pile, or, you know, whoever this is.
Welcome, P. Jennings, to becoming a member. If that's me, I think it is me.
So. Yep.
Thank you for becoming a member, and welcome to the family. I hope you enjoy all the members only content that you can now binge watch as well.
It's their, you know, they're kind of middle. They're still answerable to someone. The Two of Cups reversed. So there was there was conflict between Bethany and someone else, and like I said before, it feels like it's either Kaylee or Maddie. Let's clarify these cards.
So listen to Dave and Lana's interview. If you haven't, you should go. You should. Dago replayed it this morning. The interview was 3 years ago, but it was a good refresher for any that missed hearing it years back. Dave and Lana. Who's Dave? Anyone know?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I did want to pin this comment as well, though, from Davey. It would be so crazy and wild, but more and more I wonder if that's what makes it so confusing. The multiple threads wove into a perfect storm of shittery, which is a very good way of putting it, I have to say. It is, yeah. And that's how I felt about it from the very first readings I did. I just felt like it's exactly that.
One of them.
So Dave is an anonymous person that was interviewed by Lana that lived there at the time. Oh, hang on, this is ringing some bells. Is this the same person that ended up with a really, like, a reputation for just being a bit of an attention seeker, or is that someone else? There was someone parading around that even messaged me at the time who was claiming to be Hannah Clear's brother, I think. And I don't know if that's the same person, but I don't know if he was debunked to being, I don't know, but he claimed to know everything, and I don't know if we're talking about the same person. But yeah, I will. I'll go back and watch it anyway. It'd be interesting. Oh, and also the mentioning the shooter in Idaho yesterday. Yeah, I did see that as well. Justin, that's who I'm talking about. Justin, not the same person. Okay. Okay. So yeah, worth me having a look at that. Thanks for the suggestion.
One of the 4 victims found something out. It's like they overheard something, they found something out, it was purely accidental, which then put them in jeopardy.
Very cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Is that for you, Lee?
Yeah. It's on our side,
yeah.
I think. Thank you so much.
I don't know if it's they found out about Bethany's links. I don't know if, oh my God, I don't know. It's just shocking. Let's clarify.
What the hell just happened there?
The director's here.
Wait, that's Jake.
Your ex?
Yeah.
That's Jake?
I think the director's hungry. Honestly, I'm working. Do you mind?
I've got Kaylee coming through to me at the moment, absolutely hysterical, but I'm not doing her reading, so I'm trying to ignore it. Seven of Wands clarified in reverse, clarified by judgment. The Nine of Wands reversed. The Seven of Wands reversed again. This judgment card again is just giving me it's giving me the energy of
Shut up. It's gonna wreck my blinds again, I reckon, tonight. Punishment.
I'm trying to think of the proper word. It's a little bit like Dylan in the respect that she was worried, is she going to have to, stand trial? Is she going to have to face prosecution as a witness? And it's similar with Bethany, because the defense are going to call both of them, and they're going to want to have a damn good reason as to why they cannot testify or give a witness account during the trial. They're the only 2 key witnesses in the whole thing, and this is a big.
Oh, honestly, I would love to see that. I would love to see either of them take the stand.
Yeah.
problem for Bethany and for Dylan, because as far as she's concerned, she's got to get it right. The Nine of Wands in reverse. Whatever this is about, what I will say is that she is struggling in a big way, Bethany. I don't see her as being some cold-hearted, witch. I saw her as having some negative traits, but a lot of us probably had that around that age, similar age, that insecurity, that kind of envious, jealousy vibe. I know I did. Wishing that you were as popular as your friends, especially when you get to that age where it's all about the boys. And there's a lot of paranoia around her. The Seven of Wands in reverse is again, she is very defensive. She's quite overwhelmed and she's starting to lose confidence.
Do either of you think that if and when this trial happens, they will stream or televise it?
I don't think they will.
I don't think they will.
But I will be in the courtroom. I will stay out all night long the night before to get in line, be first in line. So I'll do.
You're so lucky. I wish I could.
I don't think it's going to be televised, but I will plan on tweeting every bit I can and giving updates as much as I can if it does go to trial.
Yeah. I wish I was close enough to be able to do that. How far away is the, presuming it's going to be in the same
Ada
state?
County is about 3.5 hours from where I'm at, I think. So I went down there for the plea deal and I went down there for the sentencing. It's not that long of a drive, but it is far enough where I needed to really have a room if I'm going to stay down there for the week. So that's the trickiest part, because I don't think I can commute back and forth doing 6 hours round trip and then the all day long and staying out in line all night long. But yeah, it's within driving distance. Yeah.
Like you say, you wouldn't want to drive there and back every day.
No, I'd go down there for the week and then come back home on the weekend. And
yeah. Fair play.
So the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, which is about this money. Sorry, 1 second. I'm still listening to Kaylee. I can't ignore it, and I know it's not about this, and I don't want to bring it into this reading, but the Ten of Pentacles in reverse is clarified by the Two of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the...
Thank you. Here comes Karma. Playlist. Yes, it's a lot of videos.
Nice.
If I don't think I've got it to hand, but if you could, Here Comes Karma, also pin a link to Devil's Advocate's channel, both channels if possible, before we finish, that would be perfect. For anyone that's watching that doesn't know Devil's Advocates, please go over and subscribe and watch, because he's got a huge library of live streams as well on the Idaho 4. He knows more about the Idaho 4 than I've ever done. So if you want to know what it's all about, if you're watching from the UK or you're just not familiar with the case, then please do go over and watch all of the work that Lee has put into this.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
And the Eight of Wands in reverse. Two of Wands. Like I said, this situation with the money feels like it was planned.
SimilarWeb is used within our organization on a global perspective, and we utilize the data to be able to.
Seven of Swords. Deceit, betrayal, dishonesty, getting away with something. The Eight of Wands reversed. Like I said, with Dylan's reading, this didn't go to plan as smoothly as they hoped. Whatever was going on that night, things didn't line up the way they wanted to, and it became more chaotic than they wanted it to be. When I say they, you know, I'm not saying that Bethany planned this, I'm not saying that Dylan planned this, but I'm not even.
Thank you. Here comes Karma.
Saying that Bethany knew what was going to happen, nor did Dylan, but they knew that something was being taken care of, is all I can tell you. And that's as much as they knew. The Knight of Wands in reverse is clarified by the Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Six of Wands. So this energy, the Knight of Wands in reverse, could be authority related, could be. Sorry guys, what on earth? So the Ace of Wands is about power. Someone who holds the power to create.
Thank you, Mickey's girl. If that was for me, thank you.
Yeah,
Trying to contend with Moose destroying another blind. Get a Maine Coon, they said. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Oh God. Go away.
To create a narrative, I suppose. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Sorry guys, is one of them in the house. So it could be Maddie or Kaylee.
It's just not professional, is it?
I don't know which one it is, but I think this is Maddie or Kaylee. And there's something that went on before.
You said you were channeling Kaylee then whenever she wanted to. Is that still currently happening? So Kaylee was a lot more active back then. She had a lot more to. How do I put it? She needed to say more, if that makes sense. So even though I will always allow Kaylee to come through whenever she feels like it, if I'm doing a reading, that is obviously not at any time, because otherwise I'd probably be waking up in the middle of the night and all sorts. But during a reading, I keep the door open for Kaylee to come through, or any of the four. So it does happen now and again, but not nearly as often. And I will talk about, someone asked me the question about, do you still agree or align with the cards that were drawn at the time? I'll talk about that afterwards. I'm going to kill this cat, I swear to God.
before the murders. One of them was very, very overly emotional about something, and I'm wondering if it's one of the one that knew or found something out about Bethany, because I'm feeling them coming through as being very, very angry. Very angry, very bitter, very intolerant. Whatever it was that she found out, the first thing she did was tell Maddie. I'm pretty sure it spread through the four of them pretty quickly. Six of Wands. So this authority figure is claiming success. They're in the public eye, okay, and they have a job in the public eye. I won't say any more than that, but they are. They may have even received a promotion, okay, around this time. I mean, this might be a major clue, I don't know. And again, I haven't, the research I've tried to do on the authority side of things has been very difficult.
Yeah, Brando, you are right about Maine Coons acting like dogs. Very badly behaved dogs. I can't taint all Maine Coons with the same brush. I have to say that's not fair, because they might not all be as badly behaved as mine. But yeah, he is like a dog. But yeah, to be fair, I don't think a dog would be over there right now trying to completely destroy my blinds because they're not getting attention. So anyway, I love him, really.
Cool.
I believe it.
But if any of you know of anyone authority-wise who had a promotion around the time of the Idaho 4 murders, please drop me a comment, because that gives me a huge clue as to who this is. Now, as I said, they're not completely responsible, but they are like the they're the soldier, if you like. I don't know how else to put it.
Sorry, Anita. I had a dog up to 11 months ago that was like a cat. I don't know which I like better. I don't know if I like cats that behave like dogs or dogs that behave like cats. So, sorry, completely going off on a tangent now. What was it about this dog that acted like a cat? I need to know. Thank you, Anita, for the 10 jewels. Why was he like a cat? My dog currently is destroying a toy at the moment. So we're going right off on a tangent. Oh my God.
The animals are losing their mind.
Yeah. God knows what people think from the outside. Because it's literally looking out onto my, there's a road with people. In fact, there's someone in a car parked up outside right now. And he's like that, looking through the blinds like a nosy neighbour.
Yeah.
I have to, right, let's get on with this. Sorry. He's absolutely driving me insane.
So the 2 of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Sun, the Ace of Cups reversed, and the Hermit. So there was this conflict and disconnect between 2 of them, and my thoughts are it would have been between Bethany and most likely Kaylee, the way she's coming through to me. The Sun is about clarity, truth, the truth is being revealed, basically. The Ace of Cups is about an outpouring of emotion, most likely from Kaylee. And the Hermit, I think it was around this time that she decided to no longer stay around the house. She made a decision to move out. And I think it was around that time. So, yeah, guys, I'm not going to continue with this one because I don't want to push it because what I've got coming in, and it's quite distressing. So obviously that should transpire when I do connect with Kaylee, which probably will be my next reading because she's crying out for it. So thank you everyone that has been watching. If anyone is interested, I am offering 25% discount off my live readings. All you have to do is just email me at revelationtarot.
Oh, you just gave another discount because you replayed an old video.
The discount is available to members. So yeah. The way I feel about that reading now is I don't agree with everything I picked up about Bethany. Certain things I do, certain things I just feel it definitely feels more like Dylan to me. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel, not that she's, I mean, you can't say that she's completely, I mean, she's innocent, you know, they are innocent, but to what degree, if she knew what happened, you know, like I've said throughout a few of my readings, the people that knew what was going on is guilty knowledge.
Yeah.
But they are saving themselves to a certain extent. It's like, I have to keep this secret because if I don't, I could be, you know, I could be punished, kind of thing.
Right. And I think you make a good point because it can be simultaneously true that someone's a victim and also knows what happened. So that's the thing that people seem to, when you suggest, for example, that the survivors may know more than they're saying, people get upset because they're just victims. And it's like, they can be both. They can be a victim who knows more than they're saying because of their fear or because they've been told to be silent or threatened or whatever. So it can both be true that they can be victims and also know more than they're saying.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know if it is, if I have heard over there, if someone is found to be, you know, having been involved to the extent of they knew what happened but didn't declare it, can they also be found? I'm sure I've seen that in over there, that you can actually be prosecuted for that, as, you know,
I mean, in theory, that's the whole reason why we make you swear an oath before you give a statement. Do you swear to tell the truth and whole truth? And if you lie under oath, it's perjury. So it's a criminal act if you testify before a court of law and say a lie, and then it's discovered later to lie. That can be a criminal act. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's another interesting reading. I didn't feel as big a connection with this reading as I did with the Dylan reading, but it's quite interesting to see how different I now feel about her since, you know, the case has developed in the last 2 years. But again, we know so little about her. It is all speculation. So but I definitely felt there was something going on with her family. I still do. Like there's some kind of connection. She has, you know, that's why she's so well protected, because she has connections in her family. In what capacity, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, this is an interesting comment. I didn't check the Idaho law, but yeah, there likely is. So I'm not saying Foxy's that I'm doubting her, but I'm just saying I don't like to repeat it as fact until I know. But there likely are laws that say not reporting an accident or a crime that you witness can itself have fines if you didn't report it within a timely fashion. But yeah.
Yeah.
I can double check that too.
Okay. Does anyone think that those still here on this side can fear block truth getting through thoroughly as on the other side? Oh my God, sorry, this cat. Still here on this, it can interfere, block truth getting through as thoroughly as those on the other side. When you're talking about this side and the other side, my brain automatically goes to the people who are alive and the people who are not alive. But I think what you're saying is the two sides of guilty, not guilty for Bryan Kohberger.
Yeah,
Is that what
yeah.
you're talking about? And I'm thinking, which way, what's she referring to? He or she? Do I think? Oh my God! Please go away. Do I think? Still here on this, I can interfere, block truth getting through. But why would they want to? I don't know. I just kind of feel, as far as I'm concerned, the people that believe that Bryan is not guilty wouldn't need to block truth. They want the truth to come out. Does that make sense? Suits of the veil. Okay. So you're talking about this, yeah. It's an interesting question. It's not something I've considered or have dealt with. So, but I think if you're trying to block the truth, then it depends on what reason you want to block the truth. That's the problem. I was going to say is, if you're in spirit and you're trying to block the truth, what's the reason for that? It can happen, even while I've channeled Kaylee, I've found times when it's not that she's trying to block the truth, but she's not given me everything because she's protecting people in her family and, things like that. So it's a difficult question. But I think it can work either way. Definitely. I don't think any side has more power or influence than, like I say, people in spirit are not like they suddenly have magic powers and they can see and hear and they know everything. They don't. They just, as far as I know, as far as I'm aware from my experience of it. So yeah. Have you ever tried making a custom deck for yourself with index cards, Sue? I have tried. I've actually got a partially made oracle deck, which hasn't got very far because, first of all, I haven't got time, and secondly, it's a bit like writing a book. You'll get to so many cards, and then you'll get writer's block, which is where I've ended up. But I've been trying to make a true crime related deck. That isn't like all the others. That isn't just a kind of generic kind of, So, yeah, I'm trying. I am trying. Thank you, Cookie. And you're doing one as well. Amazing. How far have you got? How many cards have you actually managed to create? Mine is not even. I've not even started on the illustration part. It's just literally the wording that I'm trying to get through. But yeah, how far have you got, Cookie's Corner? And thank you, Michelle, for the £2 donation. I think was that yours, Lee?
Didn't see. Yes, I think it was. It was from Michelle Rowe. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Sorry, I was looking away at the moment. You snuck up on me. I was thinking, I got distracted about the making your own tarot deck because I started to do the same thing. And it was funny because there's companies online that'll actually print it on nice card stock on the actual, like a real deck. They're kind of expensive to do just one deck for yourself, but I've been doing the same thing. So it's kind of funny. I got distracted thinking, where did I put all those cards I was working on?
There's a list of so many things I'd like to do. So I was talking to Here Comes Karma about now that we have an identity for the chat, the community. Yeah, exactly. A Ravens deck. I thought, oh my God. I said, what about merch? We can do merch with a raven as the emblem, things
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah.
perfect. All these ideas, and I keep saying I've got to start. I've got to do it. It has to, actually happen. But it's finding the time for it. And True Crime Raven deck, great idea. Exactly. Yeah, hoodies. Exactly. Feed me, mummy, feed me. I know. He's gone quiet. He's probably I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys, everyone. The other thing I was going to mention is that I am planning on, and this is a bit of an experiment, okay, so it just depends on how it goes. But as far as the live streams go, I don't know if those of you may have joined me on Thursday, which was a bit of a spontaneous idea because I wanted to do the second channeling session I had with Maddie and just to share that with you live. But it did occur to me that maybe, and I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I think maybe what I'd like to do is on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday at about 7 p.m. UK time, which is the same time that this live stream went out today, wherever you are in the world, is to actually do the readings that I would have planned on doing as a recorded reading as a live stream. So, and I understand that at that time of the day during the week, some of you are not going to be able to make it. But obviously thank you to all of you who do end up watching, by the way, on the replay. But I'm going to give it a go anyway. So next week on Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, I will be doing my normal scheduled readings on the Idaho 4 live. Okay, so the people that can't make it, you're not going to miss out because you do get to watch it back on the replay. So we'll see how it goes. And those are the particular days as well that I have the members only videos going out. So I'm covering everyone, hopefully. No one's being left out. So thank you, Amy. Love that idea. You'll be here every time. Thank you. It's difficult with the difference in time zones. I know that it's sort of around between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. I think it's around that time zone. So hopefully, even if you're working, if you want to, you can drop in on your lunch break or something. But we'll see how it goes. I love the interaction of the lives. I have to say, it's great. I really enjoy it. It's quite a lonely old job, doing a video when you're just talking to a camera on your own.
Yes. I just had a discussion with my team about that this morning. I said, long form videos are a lot of work. And if it fails, it feels horrendous because you spend all this time and effort laying it out and whatever. And lives are easier for sure. And I think it's easier to talk to somebody and interact with an audience. But I also feel like long form videos are important in their own right. It's just hard to find time for all. But
yeah, it is. I enjoy both, but I'm new to the live streams and I can see, why certain channels end up starting doing the, long form content and then end up becoming live stream only. I don't think I'd do that, to be honest. I think I need a bit of both, but it's much more enjoyable, I think, the live stream. And of course, DA, you are always welcome. So any lives I do, please I will always send you the link. So if you decide to join me, even if it's a surprise, you're more than welcome.
I appreciate the invite. It's super awesome. So I love it.
Sorry I didn't make your live on Friday. I was just
it's okay.
It's just
I get it. The time zone's not good for you.
I know.
I know.
I honestly keep thinking surely I've got to do something here. I'm not saying completely change my time zone.
Yeah.
But even a small change could actually help me out. Like instead of getting up at 6:30, 7 a.m., I could potentially stay up later, get up later, which would be easier. It's not going to change anything in too big a way. But yeah, I don't want to miss out on stuff,
I know. FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the mods. Thanks to Robin, Essie, Thank you so much. Here Comes Karma. You've done an amazing job, guys. This is the first time that Here Comes Karma's been pinning comments. So please, if I could say, give her a round of applause.
Good job.
I would, in fact, I probably can give you a round of applause. Hold on. Let me just hold on a second.
An audio for that, right? Yeah. Oh, there you go. It's got to last a little longer, right? Yeah.
Here Comes Karma, and the rest of the mods, I have to say.
Real on my side, we have a nice audience on my side watching. So if you have not, for some reason, before you leave, make sure you find Sue's channel directly and subscribe to her. I don't say it enough. It's something I just get in the flow of talking to people. But yeah, we've got a nice little audience over here watching on my side, and I really appreciate that. But make sure also to show her love. Make sure she's got subscribers on both of her channels as well. So.
Yeah, please do the same for Lee. Dio, he's amazing. You are amazing. You've got some amazing content. All your live streams. If I had time, honestly, I would just watch them back to back. I think they're great. I love them. And also your new channel as well, which is where you are streaming from now, I think.
Yes. I'm on the Devil's Advocates Beyond. Yeah.
And yeah, we need to talk about that as well. I need to find some time to discuss what we're going to do, because we're going to collaborate and do some astrology and things like that, and maybe live stream live tarot reading. You know, even if it's just oracle cards, so that takes the pressure off a little bit, because you don't have to know anything to read an oracle card. But I'm excited about that. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. So you will see me tomorrow, same time tomorrow, live stream. I've got to set it up, and hopefully see you there. Those of you that can make it, thank you in advance, and thank you to all of you who've watching it on the replay. Thank you. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.
Footsteps echo down a hollow hall. Shadows stretch where the secrets crawl. A flick of light, a shattered glass. Truth buried deep beneath the past. Who holds the gavel? Who breaks the chain? Who hides the evidence? Who shifts the blame? Behind the badge, behind the smile, lies a ledger dripping vile. Redding stains and twisted ties, a house of mirrors built on a silent handshake out of sight. Justice wears a crooked grin. The game was rigged before it could begin. Whispers in the dark, they grow like weeds in places no one knows. Cover tracks erase the map. The innocent caught in their trap. Behind the back.